Hi everyone, Victoria Waco here, back with another You Are Not Alone recommendation in my series. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. I wanted to talk to you and break open a little bit more the idea of what ACEs are. Now I have posted about this before on Instagram, but ACEs stand for Adverse Childhood Experience. And this is one of the ways that therapists and different people in the industry kind of measure what a child has gone through. They see how many ACEs the child has experienced. So ACEs are broken up into three groups. The first group is abuse. Now, there are three types of abuse they look at in that category. Obviously, physical meaning hitting, also SA would be a type, and finally, of course, is a emotional abuse. That is another type. The next thing they look at is neglect. Now, neglect can take two forms. It could take physical neglect, where their child is left alone a lot, or it could take emotional neglect, where that child's emotional needs aren't being met. Then the last one is kind of a broader category, which is household dysfunction. And can you see how all these things can add up together, right? So let's think about household dysfunction. That includes having a parent that is incarcerated, having a family go through a divorce. It could be one of the partners in the household being abused by the other partner, so experiencing domestic violence in the house. It could be things like drug addiction or alcohol addiction, any type of substance abuse issues. And then the last one, of course, could be mental illness. So again, one of the things that happens, right, is we can say like one adverse childhood event might not affect the child. Now that all depends. It depends on the age when the child experiences it, depends on how often it happens to, of course, and it depends on the support system around the child outside of that event. But what can happen a lot, and what happened in my case, is that a lot of them compound on top of each other. My mother had mental health issues, which she tried to cover up with substance abuse, which led to situations of domestic violence and, of course, incarceration. That led to neglect, both emotional and physical for me. And then, of course, like the emotional abuse of the fear that was involved in that. Now, that's just my case, but I wanted to use me as an example of how, like I said, these things can compound on top of each other. So I hope this information was helpful for you, especially if you're a caregiver or work in an environment with children every day. These are things just to be aware of. So check out how many ACEs the children around you might have, or if you're listening to this like, oh my goodness, I have a lot of ACEs. That's okay. This is not the end. This is all about understanding and building healthy relationships moving forward. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you back next week. Bye for now.